it's Dustin and I'm back with a couple more projects like usual. First thing we're going to start out with is these 3 mags I had a client send me. Can't find P mags anywhere, so we're down to doing the metal GI mags. A couple designs you've seen before most likely. With a pile of skulls. Yeah, like I've said before, I tape this off here and you start throwing Duracoat up on here. Has a little roughness, a little thickness. All of a sudden these aren't falling out of your mag well, so that's why it's taped off like that. Large skull. And then to go real custom was had a company logo. So you can see I got the company name here that he wanted on the mag with a skull background. So, and the company's actually, it's Aqua, and maybe I'll throw up a picture in the slideshow afterwards of what the logo actually looks like. But I don't know if you can catch it in the video, but I kind of faded in some light blue and some regular blue, give it kind of almost a water pool type effect. And obviously got the what I refer to as the comic book skulls in a background. Give you a little background on this gun because I didn't do a video on the before, which I should have. It's a Remington 870 that was in a closet during Hurricane Sandy up in the Northeast, and the house got flooded that it was in. So this shotgun basically turned into just a fouled, rusted mess. And the guy gave it to me. He wasn't even sure what to do with it. It's actually still a really nice gun. I mean, and these are really hard to find right now. Been trying to find one for a friend of mine. You just can't come across them. Maybe it's just the area that I'm in. But to get an 870 Express with the 18.5-inch barrel and the extended magazine tube, it's like, I mean, it's probably easier to get an AR right now. So I did take some pictures of the before product, and so you'll see just, you know, how oxidized and fouled up it was. But I did a pretty simple coat here in Magpul, flat dark earth. Two-toned it a little bit with some matte black. Obviously we're still waiting on the furniture. He's ordering that now. But it's going to be a Magpul black stock and a Magpul black fore-end foregrip. So it's going to have that two-tone look. The bolt's obviously black as well. Did the whole trigger assembly. The little coupler here, a nice matte black. Actually, I mean, so it turned out really good. The inside of the barrel was real fouled out too. I had to scrub it down with some M-Pro 7 copper remover, as well as some frog lube. And the M-Pro 7, it's designed just for the, well, the copper remover anyway, designed just for the barrel. You can't use it on the outside of the gun. So it seemed to get a little bit out. I expected it to work a little bit better. The frog lube actually seemed to strip out a lot of the dirt, even more than the M-Pro did. Kind of hard to say though. I was going to do a review on it on the M-Pro 7, but I really wasn't sure if it was a user error because it was my first time using it, or if it was hard to tell. And plus, you can't get video down the inside of a barrel, so you wouldn't have been able to really see much anyway. What I actually had to do with this gun, which is pretty much what I'll do with any firearm, is put it in the blast cabinet and hit it with aluminum oxide. I stripped it down to basically the bare steel underneath. The parkerizing was done. It was so, you know, rusted out and gone. There was really no point in saving it. So I blasted everything off, took it down to bare steel, and just started all over. Put a few coats of the FDE on, and then a satin clear coat just to give it a nice, smooth looking finish. I haven't put the pins back in yet. I just put the trigger assembly up in there just to give me an idea on what we're looking at. But the pins will be black as well, so a little bit more of a two-tone. Sorry if the lighting sucks. As with most things, the way I instruct people after I do their projects, I'm going to wait before I really put this thing back together. Obviously we're ordering the furniture anyway, so I gotta wait for that to come in. but I'm probably going to give it about a week before I even reassemble anything. And as a quick follow-up, I just wanted to show you what I ended up doing to the trigger group. So a coupler and the bolt here, as well as 2 different mags I ended up finishing for the same client. Obviously the first mag, kind of something you've seen before. I didn't think the AR silhouette would stencil in very well with all these deep grooves, so I just did the flag itself. And the other one here is a kind of a camo schemed out. A few different colors, FDE, OD green, brown, black. Pretty cool the way it turned out. And then here is the trigger group. So this was a beat up mess. It's a real glossy black before, but you can see all the scuff marks down to the bare steel. I mean, it looked as bad as the rest of the shotgun did. So obviously I didn't do up in here or anything, but just trigger guard, trigger, and a little follower here, bottom of it. Just gives it a really, it's going to give it a nice finished look. I debated on whether doing that, and I figured I was doing this anyway in black, so I might as well, that way it matches. And in this I gave it a satin clear coat, but in the bolt was inside of the bolt with a firing pin was actually in really good shape. The exterior was a mess. So did the same thing with the matte black, but I ended up putting a gloss clear coat on it. The gloss seems to give it a little bit more of a smoother feel, and I think that was important considering it's going to be inside the action of the gun. And I think it'll look nicer up in the breech to have that nice gloss finish. And it's really not that much of a difference. You put them side by side, not too much of a difference. It just depends how the light catches each one at the time to see which one's glossier. I mean, you can definitely tell there's a little bit to it, but not a huge difference. And again, this is satin. It's not like this is a matte clear coat, so